school? Tell me about school.
Today I had social, science, maths, English, and grammar.
Grammar?
Yes.
Grammar in English or grammar in Hindi or grammar in Telugu? Was it English?
Grammar in English.
English grammar?
Yes.
Okay. Did you learn something new in English grammar today?
Yes.
What did you learn?
I learned about families.
Families?
Yes, I learned about joint family, a nuclear family, a single parent family.
Oh, okay. In grammar?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, it's social.
Yeah, that sounds more like social science.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, well, that's fun. It's always fun to learn about new things. That's for sure. Okay, well, the last time we met, it was going to be your turn to read today. Did you pick out a nice story?
Yes, I think the princess and the pea.
The Princess and the Pea. All right, now I also asked you to pick out some words that you thought we should work on. Did you pick out any words?
I have to see my story.
Okay, so when you come to them in the story, we'll write them down. Okay?
Okay.
That's okay. You can go ahead and just read, and when we come to them, we'll stop and write them down and talk about them a little bit. The Princess and the Pea.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Long ago, there lived a prince who was looking for a princess to marry, but he was wasting looking for just any ordinary princess. He wanted to marry a real princess. The prince traveled to many kingdoms in search of a real princess. But none of the princes. Can you tell me this spelling?
Yes.
My mother told me that. But none of the princes managed to touch the prince's heart.
Managed?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Some time passed by. Then one evening there came a terribly storm. The king and the queen who were sitting and chatting after their supply. Can you tell me the spelling?
Mm-hmm.
S-U.
S-U.
P-P.
P-P.
E-R.
E-R. Supper.
Supper.
You know what supper is?
No.
It's the evening meal, the meal that you have at night. Supper.
Chatting after supper. Heard a knock at the castle door. They were surprised to hear someone knocking the door in the middle of the storm. So the king and queen went down, and the servants opened the door. At the door stood a girl dressed in royal clothes. She was completely C. Can you tell me the spelling?
Huh?
D.
Got it. D
D R
R
E
E
N.
S.
That's N.
Huh?
That was N.
Oh, N. DREN.
C.
Wait, I don't. DREN.
CHED.
Drenched. Drenched. That means all wet. If you're drenched, you're all wet with water. If you run out into the rainstorm, you get drenched.
Middle of the rain.
Yeah, so she was drenched.
She was completely drenched in the rain. The king and the queen asked, "Who are you, young lady?" "I'm Princess," said the girl. "I had come here seeking shelter." Could she be a real princess? Wondering the king and the queen. They asked the princess to warm herself by the fireplace, while the servants prepared a bed for her to sleep for the night. We will soon find out. She's a real princess, said the queen to the king. The queen then called two of her maids. She said to them, "Prepare a room, put a pea on the bed, and then place 20 mattresses and 12. Can you tell me the spelling?
Uh-huh.
E.
What? D?
E.
D-E?
No, only single E.
E. All right. E. I.
D-E-R. D-E-E-R.
E-I-D-E-R?
Yes.
E-I-D-E-R. I don't know what that is. E-I-D.
They're down blankets.
They're down.
They're rotated here.
We'll have to look that word up. That's a new word for me too. E-I, it's E-I-D-E-R.
Yes.
Okay. Let me see what it says. Eider. I would pronounce that Eider, but I don't know. Let me see. E-I-D-E-R. Oh, eider down. Small soft feathers from the breast of a female eider duck. It's the name of a specific duck. Eider down. They kind of go together. So it's the small soft feathers of the eider duck. Okay, now that makes sense. So start over and read that sentence again.
Prepare a room and put a pea on the bed, and then place 20 mattresses and 12 either down blankets on the bed for the princess to sleep in. Next morning, the queen said to the princess, "Good morning, my dear. I hope you slept well." "Your Highness," said the princess. "Oh, Highness. Highness," said the princess. "What?" I think They were drugs, said the prince. That's said the queen, but they were princess. Said the princess, looking miserable. I did not sleep well at all. I felt as if a rock was poking into my back. As I lay on my bed, my whole body
Ached. Ached. ACHED.
not ES. That's another word is ES.
ACHES.
ACHES.
ES. Aches. Instead of ached, it's aches.
The queen was overjoyed to hear this. The tree on the bed had felt like a rock. To this, can you tell me the spelling?
Sure.
D-E-L-I
DELI
C-A-T-E.
CATE. Delicate. Delicate. Yeah. The opposite of being rough and tough. It would be something delicate, easily hurt or torn or upset. Very delicate.
To this delicate princess, the queen told the king and the prince about the princess. After some months, the grand wedding took place in the castle. The prince and the princess were married and lived happily ever after.
Okay, good story. So how did they determine that the princess was a real princess?
They tested the pea, put a pea in the princess' bed, and the princess was rough and tough, and she heard that was like a rock.
Yeah.
That was all pea was like a rock. She felt.
Yeah. I think I probably wouldn't have passed that test. But she said she slept miserably, right? She was miserable all night. All right. So you've never heard the word supper before? SUPPER, supper?
No,
Not even in church, like the Last Supper?
no.
Okay, well, you will. That's something you'll study at church, the Last Supper. But supper is the evening meal, and it's usually not a real big meal. It's usually a light meal. If it's a big meal, then it's called dinner. Do you call your night meal dinner?
Yes.
Yes. So if it's not a big meal or your main meal of the day, they refer to it as supper. So after supper, the king and queen were that's when the knock on the door came, right? After supper, they were sitting after supper. Okay. Drenched. Drenched. Have you ever been drenched in the rain?
Yes.
Drenched. When I was a kid, I remember we loved when there was rain because we would go out and play in it. We'd go.
Raincoat or umbrellas?
No, we just got wet. We like to get wet in the rain. We just run out in the rain and go, yeah, it's raining. Then if it rained hard, there'd be big mud puddles and water in the ditch, and we'd
Yes.
play in that water.
Yes. You can play. You can jump in the muddy petals. Muddy petals.
Yeah.
Started bunny petals in Peppa Pig cartoon. It rained all the holes filled with water. Mud water and the Peppa Pig and her family were wearing nice colorful boots and jumping.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see if we can write a few sentences today with some of those words that you got stuck on. Let's use drenched as one, and let's use supper as one of our words. So let's write those words down. Supper and drenched. Let's use ache. Ache. So supper is, yeah, supper is S U P P E R.
Supper.
Now you spell it.
S-U-P-P-E-R. Supper.
Correct. Now let's write drenched. D R
R
E N
E N
C H
D H
C H. C as in cats. C H E D. Drenched. Now you spell it.
E R E E R E N D H C H E R.
No, erase that. We got to start over. That's not right. Let's try that again. Erase, can you erase it? Or just mark it out? Are you using pen? It's okay. Are you using a pen or a pencil? Well, that's my fault. I confused you when I was spelling it. We'll try that again. That didn't work. All right. D R E N C H E D. Drenched. Now you spell it.
E R E N C H E D.
Correct. C H E D. Great. Now, the other word was ache. A C H E. A C H E. Ache. Now you spell it.
A C H E.
You're right. A C H E. Ache. Okay, so supper is that evening meal, the meal that you have in the evening, if it's a light meal. If it's your main meal of the day, then you're going to call it dinner. Drenched means you're soaking wet. Drenched. So you either been walking out in the rain or you fell in the mud puddle and you got drenched. And ache means a pain, a hurting. Like if you go to the gym and you do a lot of exercises, then when you come home, maybe your muscles hurt and they're sore, and they ache. They continue to hurt. Ache is a pain that doesn't go away usually right away.
Yes, should I also age? Because when after my school, I came back my home and taking a bath and means red and black when I'm moving. Red and black color.
Oh, okay.
Then I keep me over here, but I got this much bigger bubble.
Oh, so, so it was painful.
Yeah, that ant was this much taller.
Wow. Are you okay today?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay. Does it still hurt?
My hand, yes. When I'm washing my hands, when the water fall on this, I'm getting a lot of pain.
Ah. So does it ache? I mean, it hurts all the time. I mean, you can feel a pain in there all the time. That's an ache. Sometimes we get a headache. Do you ever get a headache where your head just hurts and hurts, and you have to either go to bed or you have to take some medicine to help it feel better? Do you ever have a headache?
Yes, one day at the night time, my mother had fell asleep. I'm eating my dinner. My mother cooked me chicken, and I'm eating, and I felt sleepy. Some of the rice in my hand, and all the plate is down, and I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I'm talking.
And your head aches. You had a
Yes. And
all
my
right.
mom at midnight, 1 o'clock, my mom took me a bath, fell me asleep. And the next I got terrible fever, 1.9, 1.49. No, 1.4 fever.
1.4.
100.4 fever.
Oh,
I got.
100.4. Okay. Yeah, you don't feel very good when you have a fever of 100.4. All right.
Yes, when talking two more, I'm getting a head pain.
Yeah. Okay, well, now you understand what ache is. A-C-H-E. All right, well, let's write a sentence with these words. Can we can put some together, or we could do them separately? How would you like to do that?
I want to put 3 words in one sentence.
Oh, okay. You want to try?
I know one of the sentence.
All right, go ahead. Let's write it down.
When I'm going to a restaurant, I don't know that was raining. Means that is Rita was going to a restaurant and she forgot it's raining and she also don't wear raincoat. And while walking, heel shoes. We may say all the women will wear heel shoes. While wearing that, she fell down and she got hit. And she, what this was, drenched, and she finally reached the restaurant and she had supper.
This sounds like a story instead of a sentence. Okay, well, let's write some of that. Let's write some of that down. So how did you start the sentence?
Rita was going to a restaurant and she forgot it's raining.
Okay, what's your name?
Rita.
Rita, R-I-T-A?
Yes.
Okay, all right, so let's write that. Rita was going
to a restaurant.
Okay, Rita was going to a restaurant. Do you know how to spell restaurant?
Yes, restaurant. But Indians will call it restaurant.
Can you spell it?
Restaurant. Restaurant. I don't know the spelling of that, but I know how to pronounce that only.
All right. RES.
Rita was going. Rita was going to restaurant.
RESTA. RESTAU. RANT.
Restaurant.
RESTAURANT. Rita was going to a restaurant. All right. Should we put a period there?
Cars.
All right. And then what's next?
Rita was going to a restaurant and she forgot its ring. She.
Okay. She forgot. He forgot that it's raining. She forgot that it's raining. Now that it's, how did you spell that? It's.
Rita was going to a restaurant. She forgot that it was raining.
Oh, did you say that it was raining?
Yes.
Okay.
Forgot that it was raining.
That it was raining. All right, I wrote down the wrong word. That it was raining. Okay, period, right? Or do we need a comma and you're going to continue?
I'm going to continue.
Okay, go ahead.
Forgot it's raining. And she forgot that it was raining, and she put on her favorite pink color heel shoes.
All right, and so we need a comma there. Comma, and she put on, what she put on?
Pink color shoes, heel shoes.
Okay, she put on pink colored, were they high-heeled shoes?
Yes, high heel. Means in some of the countries.
We call those high heels, high heel shoes,
High heel.
high heel. She put on her pink colored high heels. And we better put a period there, right? And she put on her pink colored high heel. Do you want to say high heeled shoes or just high heels?
High heel shoes.
Okay. High heeled. You need an ED on heel then. Heeled shoes. Okay. Well, we haven't used any of our words yet. We have two sentences. We haven't used supper, drenched, or ache. So here's what I want you to do. We've hit our time limit today, so it's time for us to quit. So what I want you to do is to finish this story and get those 3 words in it, okay?
Okay.
All right. So that's your assignment. You're going to finish your story that you started here, and then you're going to use supper and drenched and ache in your story.
Okay.
All right. So I'll be anxious to hear your story the next time we meet.
Okay.
All right. Well, you have a good evening and enjoy your dinner.
Yes.
Or
You
should I
painted the
should I say enjoy your supper?
no. You say enjoy the dinner.
Okay. All right. Well, you have a good evening, and I'll see you on Friday,
Okay.
July 1st. Wow. July 1st. All right. Don't forget your assignment.
Okay. Did you painted your walls?
Not yet. No. I'm going to go look at paint today and see what I find. And yeah, it's still kind of a mess at my house. So I'll show you when I get it all done. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye-bye for now.
Bye. Thank you for the class.
You're welcome.
Yay! Mommy, mommy.